Hey everybody out there in the YouTube universe, this is Mr. Movie, and in today's video we're going to be doing another top 5 list. If you watch my channel, you know I don't do top 10 lists like other YouTubers by genre. I do the top 5 movies that are in my collection by a particular actor or a particular director. Sometimes I'll do topical ones, but today we're sticking to the script and it will be a top 5 from an actor that's in my collection. For the movies to be considered, they have to be where the particular actor is the star of the movie or is in a supporting role. But their character has to be integral to the movie. You can't have the movie without their character. So it can't be a bit part. It can't be in it for just 5 minutes or else it won't be considered. They have to be very important to the movie. Also, it doesn't necessarily have to be their greatest acting performance. It just has to be a great movie and they have to be great in it. So with that being said, today I'm going to tell you the top 5 movies that are in my collection by Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman has a really, really long career. And you have to admit, he's got the best voice in the business. I mean, you could listen to him recite the phone book and be entertained. And but he's also just such a great actor, and he's got so many important classic roles. I usually see him as being the conscious of the movie, like where something, if something bad is going on or something's just not right, he kind of is the one, whether he's the one that fixes it or he inspires a character to fix whatever the problem is. He's always like in the back. He's that voice in the back of your mind to do the right thing. So let's hop right into this. Love Morgan Freeman, one of my favorite actors. And we're going to start it off with number 5, which I don't know if people would even consider this, but he's really important to it. And he plays that role, like I said, as the conscious to the main character, sort of, in a very unique way. It's a period piece, which you know that I love, and that is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. There's been a million Robin Hood movies made, but this I think is my particular favorite. There's an all-star cast. Kevin Costner plays Robin Hood, but he plays Azim, who is a Muslim who was fighting against the Christians, and he comes back with Robin Hood from the Crusades, and because he saved his life, he feels like he owes him a debt. So basically, he joins him in the adventure of what Robin Hood was, stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, going against the sheriff of Nottingham. He's not in any of the other traditional versions of Robin Hood. He's pretty much an added character, but he adds so much to it. He's funny, he's witty, he's a badass with one of those big Arabic Saracen swords. He's got great lines, and it's also, he's a fish out of water because he's coming to England from the Middle East, and he knows nothing about the culture. Or, I mean, there's even a part, Muslims have to pray 5 times a day and face east. There's no sun in England because it's always raining and cloudy. He can't find the sun, so he doesn't know what direction to pray in. It's stuff like that. But on top of that, the movie is just great. Great action, swashbuckling, swords and arrows, like your traditional Robin Hood movie. But I think it's the best take on it, and he adds so much to it. It's such a great movie. I loved it as a kid. I still love it. Coming in at number 5, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Switching directions for number 4, one of the best Westerns ever made. It was on my top 5 Westerns list. That's The Unforgiven. Him and Clint Eastwood. I mean, you can't go wrong. And it's great because they're older. You know what I mean? It's not, they're young guys just blazing guns away. It's a very deep story. A lot about regret. It's sort of a revenge tale a little bit, but it's not them getting revenge. They're getting paid to inflict the revenge for some other people. It's based mainly around the character of Clint Eastwood, who plays William Money. But Morgan Freeman is very important to the thing, and again, he's sort of the conscious, to the character who's the main character. I would say he's like that thing in his ear, because the main character is a old gunfighter. He's kind of given it up and stopped drinking and stopped shooting people up for money. His wife passed away. He lives with his family now, and he's retired, but he's coming back for one more job. And Morgan Freeman's character is basically, saying to him, do you really want to do this? Is this what your wife would have wanted? He's in the back of his mind. And, Clint Eastwood's character is not really into it until they kill Morgan Freeman's character. And that was the worst thing that they could have done, because that really sets off Clint Eastwood's character. And it's just such a great movie. So well made, directed by Clint Eastwood. I really, really love this movie as it's on its own, but as a Western, it's in my top 5. If you watch that list, you can check out my channel. Like I said, one of the best Westerns ever made, and he's really great in it. Coming in at number 4 is The Unforgiven. Coming in at number 3, this is on my Brad Pitt list also, because it's such a great classic movie, and that's Seven. Such a tremendous movie. I mean, what's great about it is you got the usual trope of the two cops. They're usually, one's black, one's white. I don't know why they keep doing that, but it does make sense. They're usually from different worlds and different backgrounds, and they don't like each other, and they have to get to know each other and learn each other and end up respecting each other. And that happens in this, but the whole twist around is they're going after this serial killer who's doing the 7 deadly sins, played by Kevin Spacey. And it's the twist and turns of that mixed with the relationship between the two cops that are going after him, and the different ways they approach it. And Morgan Freeman again is he's gonna be that in probably all these movies. He's the conscious of the movie. He's sick of how dirty the city is, and he just somebody taking off. And he's just sick of how dirty and noisy the city has become, and he's tired of it. He wants to get out of there and just retire. And this is the last case, and he gets pulled into it. And the Brad Pitt character is all gung-ho about it. He's new, he's young, he wants to get into it, and Morgan Freeman's telling him, you got to relax and take this seriously. This is not a one-off thing. And it comes to be where the guy is doing the 7 deadly sins, and just a really dark, deep, intense movie. And his character is great, and he's the one that pretty much figures it out. And he goes through so much during the movie. Both of them do. And really crazy twist at the end. Amazing movie. One of my favorites. Coming in at number 3 is Seven. Coming in at number 2, I struggled with making this number 1 because it's such an important movie, but you'll see why I didn't, because what number 1 is. But that's Lean on Me. The true story of a man who now he's not the conscious to one character, he's the conscious to a whole school system. And he's cool where he is, but they bring him into one of the worst inner city schools, and they have him clean it up. His character is Joe Clark. It's a true story. And he goes into one of the worst things. He brings in a baseball bat. He kicks out all of the really bad kids that are drug dealers and messing up the school. He puts chains on the doors, and he gets all the kids to believe in bettering themselves and becoming better students and just having a future. He's giving them hope, and he really turns around this school. And it's such an important movie because it shows that no matter what kind of background you come from, you can make it if you apply yourself. And it's really important also because it's an inner city school. They don't want to give it the funding. They kind of just, gave up on this school. And he said, no, I'm going in there and I'm going to clean this thing up. And it's such a great movie. He's so intense and so hardcore in the movie. But he has a heart of gold for these kids, who come from, really poverty and crime and all the things that inner cities have, and kind of make you just want to give up. And he's hope to them, but he's also hope with a fist, in this case a baseball bat, and just saying, you know what, we're going to keep all the negative stuff out, keep it positive, and make sure that this school succeeds and all these children have a future. It's a really great, really important movie. I think everybody should see, and it goes to what's wrong with the educational system in our country, and how it could be fixed, and how could one man and his determination can turn it around. So if one man can do it, kind of everybody could do it. That's sort of the message. My neighbor's dog is going crazy. Maybe he likes Lean On Me also. But yeah, coming in number 2, Lean On Me. Really, really important, great movie. And you'll see why I put this number 1. One of the best movies ever made. I think it's undeniable, and that's The Shawshank Redemption. Again, the conscious of the prison, sort of, in this one. Not really the main character, because the main character really didn't do it. Timothy Robbins' character, he didn't do what was accused of. He's the one innocent man there. But he's not, because since he's not a bad character, he doesn't have to be the conscious of him. He's the conscious of the prison and the prison system. And, how guys are locked in there for 40, 50 years for things. And, that's just, it's cruel and unusual punishment to really lock somebody. I mean, if they did something completely horrendous, like, rape or murder or something like that, I could see it. But it's sort of the story of redemption and railing against corruption, and, what's wrong with locking someone up forever and throw away the key and just forgetting them as human beings. And his character, Red, it's very interesting. The character was written to be an Irish actor, but he was so great in the role, they put him instead, but they kept the name Red. And there's a funny line in there where he says, why they call you Red? And he goes, I guess it's because I'm Irish. It's so quotable. The acting is phenomenal. The writing is tremendous. It's from a short story by Stephen King. It was on my Stephen King list of ones that weren't horror. And just one of the best movies ever made. It's almost the perfect movie. Shawshank Redemption needs to be seen by everybody who's a fan of movies. I suggest it highly. Like I said, one of my favorite movies, and number 1 on the Morgan Freeman top 5 list of movies that are in my collection. By the way, I've been meaning to mention this in my videos. I haven't really, but I'm going to start with all of the ones that this is pertinent to. If you see the shirts that I wear in some of my videos, not all of them, but most of them, they're produced by my business partner and best friend, David Cuesta. You go to futuristicvintage.net. So futuristicvintage.net. And you can order the shirts in all different colors. There's so many cool designs. Some of them are movie themed even, so it matches with what I'm doing here. We also have other projects that the whole is under the umbrella of Futuristic Vintage that you could check out through the links of different YouTube pages and all kinds of stuff. But if you go to futuristicvintage.net, you could get any of the not any of the t-shirts, but almost any of the t-shirts I wear in any of my videos, the good majority of them. And he has a really cool selection of unique stuff to check out. I got a million of them, and I suggest you check it out because really, really cool. So anyway, that being said, if you like this video and my other content, please, they're coming to get me. The content of my videos, if you really enjoy it, I really appreciate if you would subscribe. I could use the subscribers, because I'm trying to build the channel, and it's also trying to build the different businesses we have that are, intertwining with this and the whole Futuristic Vintage thing. So like I said, I'd really appreciate the subscriptions, and also, hit the notification bell, because I make videos all the time, and you'll get the new ones. You get alerts for them. And if Morgan Freeman is an actor who you really like, and you have different movies that I didn't say, let me know in the comments. If you have these in a different order, that's cool. Let me know that too. And if you have friends who like Morgan Freeman, like movies, you think would like my content, please like the video and then share it with them and ask them to do the same. Spread the word about Mr. Movie NYC. I would appreciate it. That being said, this is Mr. Movie. And I will see you again next time. at the flicks.